Good morning and welcome to the 2020 Australian Institute of Health and Safety National Health and Safety Conference. Before we begin, let's pause to reflect on the fact that we are coming together on the custodial lands of the oldest living civilization in the world. Today I'm speaking to you from Brisbane, Queensland, and this is a contested space, so I pay my respects to both the Yagara people and the Turrbal people and their elders past, present and emerging, for they hold the hopes, dreams, traditions and cultures of Aboriginal Australia. I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all work today, and the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people participating in this online event. Growing up in North Queensland, I believe I was privileged to be immersed in the culture of the Kalkadoon people and to learn about their history and their culture, which is all about respect, responsibility and relationships. Values which still hold true in my heart today and guide me in everything I do, including leading and representing the Institute on your behalf. Just over 12 months ago, I stood in front of you to acknowledge the legacy of the Safety Institute of Australia and officially launch the beginning of a new chapter in our history as the Australian Institute of Health and Safety. I talked about how everything that we do is because we value humanity, and we believe that every Australian deserves to be safe and healthy at work. I talked about the importance as custodians of the Institute of holding true to our values of legacy, integrity, leadership, diversity, humanity, and innovation. I presented to you the concept of Think Forward and the commitment that we have made in extending our vision to safe and healthy people in productive workplaces and communities, and ensuring that everything we do is about shaping workplace health and safety now and in the generations to come. At the time, little did we think the concept of Think Forward would see us holding a national conference in a virtual format. But here we are, 12 months on. After bushfires have ravaged our country, we are now fighting to resist a health crisis and dealing with the economic consequences of that. So we are here today conferencing in an unconventional way. We have embraced technology in order to continue to provide you with a way to learn and network with colleagues and peers while doing what we do best, keeping others safe. There is no doubt that you have all felt the impacts of COVID-19 upon your personal lives and the way you work. So we thank you for coming on this journey with us and taking part in what is a very new delivery format for the National Conference. I actually want to share a little secret with you. In planning for the conference back in 2019, we discussed the idea of really shaking things up with the conference structure and format. We were challenging ourselves to think forward. We really wanted to do something that was so different to generate curiosity and satisfy your thirst for knowledge and learning. And there was this idea that it would be so different that we would call it an unconference. And we decided not to call it an unconference, but we were inspired by the concept of power and politics, the affect and its effect on health and safety. We were excited with the different format that we had planned. And then came COVID-19. And well, what can I say? Actually, I think Alanis Morissette said it well. And isn't it ironic, don't you think? A little too ironic, I really do think. It's like the good advice you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? And yeah, well, life has a funny way of sneaking up on you. and life has a funny way of helping you out. So therefore, in opening this unconference conference, the first ever online National Health and Safety Conference, I would like to take the opportunity to thank the sponsors who have helped us out. A big thank you to Edith Cowan University and Engine OHS for their ongoing support of this year's event. Thank you for sticking by us as we underwent the transition from a face-to-face event to a virtual one. I would also like to recognise our delivery partner of the Work Health and Safety Show, the IEC Group, which is headed up by Mari Kinsella. While there wasn't able to be a physical trade show this year, Mari's team have gotten behind the Institute to support the development of an online exhibition, which everyone can gain access to using the platform that you have logged into today. I encourage everyone to have a look through the online exhibition profiles and between the sessions and connect with the exhibitors via the meeting options in each of those listings. And while you are exploring the conference platform, you will also notice there are some online forums for attendees to network with one another, and as well as some unfacilitated discussion rooms for you to drop into and engage in some open discussions and share your learnings with your peers and industry colleagues. I want to take a moment to talk to you about the theme Power and Politics. At the early stage of organising the conference, we talked about the recent royal commissions into banking and childcare, the introduction of industrial manslaughter, and the failures at all levels to manage the risk of silicosis, mental health, and sexual harassment in our workplaces. We discussed how the subject of power and politics applies to workplace health and safety at a number of levels, including the way health and safety practitioners, professionals, and leaders experience issues associated with power and politics in their jobs on a daily basis and right throughout your career. How you manage power and politics has a direct effect on how well you do your job, from how you engage and influence within an organisation and that of their overall workplace health and safety. How you manage your role and responsibilities to your employer or clients and the ethical situations you might find yourself in, and how that can have an impact on your own mental health and well-being. And of course, how we now deal with COVID-19 in the workplace. Many of the fantastic array of speakers that you will hear from over the next few days will deliver presentations that will touch on the various aspects that relate to power and politics and its implications. I hope you have the time to explore the online networking forums. I look forward to seeing you in there. Browse the online exhibition and get the opportunity to discover and learn from as many sessions as you can over the next few days. The benefit of an online conference is that everything is recorded. So if you are time restricted or you would like to spread things out, you can always follow up with the recordings of the sessions that you are not able to view or participate in between now and Wednesday. I would like to thank you again for your support of the Institute and the National Conference, and I look forward to welcoming you in person to our 2021 National Health and Safety Conference, which will be held in Melbourne from 17th to the 18th of May at the Melbourne Exhibition and Convention Centre. So pop that in your calendar right now.